Hey, what's up, everybody?
It's on now.
Heyo.
Happy KOTG Tuesday.
Gotta turn off my
Yeah,
green
man.
screen here.
Oh, Bill, we got
What's
Bill,
up,
Bill's got a
fellas?
story for us all,
Oh, yeah.
everybody.
Oh,
We just got we just got a message from Mrs. Pharm Dad about his evening, and it's good to see that you got on, but would love to hear what happened.
oh man, so we or not softball, but little league game, and apparently one of the kids on the team has the same ball bag as my kid, and I threw my keys and my wallet, my cell phone in their bag, and I'm the coach, so I was the last one off the field, and by the time I figured out what happened, everybody was gone. So did the whole find my phone thing, pinged it, called it. They answered. We met up at Chick-fil-A, got it all back, and ran my ass here just in time because I didn't want to miss this episode.
Oh,
goodness.
And you even got your Petra shirt on.
I got it on. I jumped in the shower,
Hey.
3-minute shower. I'm still sweating. Yeah.
That's
What's up,
awesome.
everybody?
Well,
That's
good
awesome.
to have you. Good to have you.
I love KOTG. I'm here for you guys.
Good. Well, we got a lot of others here for us tonight too in the live chat. We got it. It's rocking hard early on, and Tyler Swisher was the first one, and he beat Grass Geek and
Hello.
LTZ. I don't know if I haven't seen LTZ yet. Maybe he's taking a breather. Oh no, there he is. I see him.
Yeah, he's in there. He's like
He's fifth down or something, man. He's
Yeah.
slacking.
Oh man.
But it's good to see everybody. He likes Fish and Fescue, Obi Lawn Kenobi, Eve Does It, Lawn Radiance. It's good to see some of these previous KOTG Lawn of the Week winners in here. We got that Discord going. It's fun to keep up with those guys throughout the week, chatting with them. Got some crazy stuff, crazy stories going on there. So if anything else, you definitely want to win Lawn of the Week so you can join that Discord channel and get entertained all week long. But we've got an awesome show tonight, and you guys know what we do. We like to grab a glass and keep off the grass.
What you got, Ben?
Drinking some Wyoming whiskey.
Heyo.
Read it?
I love the Wyoming whiskey.
Yeah, I haven't had it until about a month ago, but very surprised.
Yeah.
Really
Oh, it is a banger. I'll tell you what. So if you are a whiskey drinker and you haven't had the Wyoming whiskey, go pick yourself up a bottle of it because I too was very pleasantly surprised, and now it's a staple on my bar.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I mean, along with 100 other bottles of bourbon, but who's counting? I'm not. My
got a
wife
collection.
My wife counted, but I didn't.
Well, speaking of Ben, we got from PetraTools here. We would like to introduce you and to our Keep Off the Grass community here. We got about 42 people right now watching. So we're going to trickle in here in a little bit, but as we normally do with companies that come on the show, we'd like for you to spend a little time talking about your company, kind of where you started, how it came about, what you guys do, different genres, I guess you could say, that you're into.
Sure.
And would love to hear all about it. So take it away.
Yeah. So how you folks doing? My name's Ben. I work for PetraTools. I've been with the company since officially January of last year. So I was actually out in Pennsylvania. That's where our main base of operation is, out in central Pennsylvania. And so I was working at our warehouse there, and I did like a lot of logistics. So like when we would receive shipments of sprayers and that kind of thing, help unload and organize, and then ship orders out as well. Also do tech support. But then in July, I moved out to Colorado and asked the company if they have any remote work, and they said yeah. So I'm in marketing now. I'm sure you see my face on the Instagram doing
a couple times.
Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing, but figuring it out. So slowly but surely. But yeah, so I'm in marketing, deal with like community relations, do the reels and whatnot, and then also a little bit of R&D as well. I guess let me get a little background about the company. Yeah, so the company is about 5 years old. We're very new, very fresh. We still consider ourselves a startup. By the way, I don't own this company. A lot of people they see my face and they think I own the company. Very much not the case. The two founders are actually family. It's an uncle and a nephew. I remember I was listening to some of y'all's one of the episodes earlier, and you guys said like, "Oh, you see this Ben guy now. What happened to the other guy? The other guy's Andy. He's one of the founders. He's the uncle." And then the younger nephew, he's actually the CEO. So he like runs stuff on day-to-day kind of end of things. And I think Andy wanted to kind of step away from, be in the face and kind of having to make the reels and just all that stuff. And like, I know y'all kind of know how it is, and it's not the easiest thing to do. But yeah, so it's a small family owned company. They've only been around for about 5 years. We really kind of got popular in the past 2 years. And yeah, our main we started out with our fogger actually, and we really blew up during COVID. It's kind of sucks to say, but like, it is what it is. Like COVID was good for our business. It was good for some businesses. And then, so now it's kind of, since that's kind of started to die off, we, have been kind of moving away. But so for us, like the fogger, and we have this cleaner, like that was kind of the big stuff at first. And for like, the cleaning, disinfecting, sanitizing, that kind of stuff. And then we came out with our first unit. Our first sprayer was a 6.5 gallon sprayer. And so we kind of consider ourselves like in the, cleaning industry, if you will, but then like more transitioned into like lawn care and garden. And like our sprayers were our first thing. So we have, now we have a bunch of sprayers, like all the way up to 13 gallon. We're going to be coming out with a 20 gallon sprayer as well, all the way down to 1 gallon, that little sling sprayer that you put over your shoulder. So we started out with sprayers and kind of in that lawn care and garden industry. Last year, we came out with a bunch of different liquid solutions. And then we've also just started getting into the cannabis industry, which was like really random because this was of course before I was at the company, but like there's never an intent. Growers just kind of found our fogger and it ended up just being
awesome. Really? You weren't like any remote work in Colorado, maybe?
Right.
Start working.
Yeah, I got a remote work in Colorado.
Yeah. No. Ever since, just a little more background about me. I was in the Marine Corps for about 6 years. And then what landed me in Pennsylvania was going to school. So using my GI Bill, going to school. Awesome. But yeah, I've been a consumer ever since I got out. But so actually
say less.
Yeah. And then also in college a little bit, there was some interest in cannabis and some other things in there. So it's really cool that I'm able to do kind of what I'm doing right now.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't really know about you guys right away, until I saw you guys on social media. It was seeing you guys there and learning about what you guys did. Do you guys feel like social media has been a good strategy for you guys to kind of reach out to the DIYers out there and kind of let people know who you are?
We're definitely trying to build a community, like whether we're doing the best job at that and like whether like I'm the best person for that and like have the skill, like, yeah, that's definitely up in the air. But like, I'm just, try to give a lot of love out there. And like, we essentially just try to add value as a company. So a lot of our sales and whatnot comes from Amazon. So we're trying to kind of shift away from that and be more of a brand and, be in the community and try to like help out there and add value there. So.
Cool. So if people don't buy from Amazon, where can they buy?
Just our website, PetraTools.com.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't buy from eBay. There's always like our products being sold from eBay, but those won't be under warranty since they're from some random Joe Schmo.
Cool.
Yeah.
So other than I kind of want to get more into the sprayers in a little bit, but
sure.
Other than sprayers, what other types of products do you guys sell? Yeah.
So like sprayers, foggers, and then our different solutions. So we have like some fertilizers. We have like a general fertilizer, a 1648, a nitrogen fertilizer, which is a 2800. And then we have a liquid iron as well. So like, that's kind of like the fertilizer line, if you will, so far. I think we're working on like a lot. We want to come out with a lot of new solutions this year. And like, so like I know like a starter fertilizer. I could be wrong. I'm definitely not a lawn care expert, but like I think we're missing like a starter fertilizer. I'm sure there's like plenty of other stuff we're missing as well. But so like from like a fertilizing standpoint, we have that. And then of course you guys have probably seen our grass paint before. You might not have heard of our blue dye indicator. This is kind of interesting. You add it to, whatever you're spraying, doesn't matter, but it's essentially to ensure that you're to ensure that like what you're not going to have any gaps essentially when you spray, right? Because you really have no idea where that liquid is landing on your lawn. To ensure that you're actually getting adequate coverage, there's no gaps, you can add this kind of blue dye that then will go away in like 24 to 48 hours from the sun or rain. So yeah, so from like we have those. We have a liquid lawn aerator, which I'm sure you all use like mechanical aerators potentially. Like, has anyone used a liquid aerator by chance?
No,
I
haven't tried it. I know my understanding is they're more like a surfactant, right, to kind of help water better penetrate. But I haven't personally used one yet.
Ours has humic and fulvic acid in it, so it kind of helps loosen up the soil, helps the microbiome of the soil kind of be more active and store water better and break down the organic matter, that kind of thing. So I mean, we had a guy, DLT Lawn Care, he's on Instagram. I don't know if y'all are familiar with him, but he's not a DIYer so much. He's on the professional side, and he used it for the first time, and he said him and his customer were just blown away. So I feel like you had, like, I remember listening to another one of your episodes. You said you guys didn't really know that we had like a lot of solutions. Right. And like, yeah, we've had them for a year, and I feel like just not a lot of people have used them essentially. So I'm excited to kind of, give some stuff away tonight and get more people using these various solutions.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like I had no idea that you guys had a solution kind of line. At one point last year, y'all had sent me out a bottle of surfactant, I guess, whenever, I don't know if you had just launched it or whatnot, but
probably.
You asked me if I wanted to try it out. I said, sure, can always use a good surfactant. Why not? So I have that, used it because I had it. And I was out of the other stuff that I had. And I was like, hey, let's try it out. And, to my knowledge, it worked just fine.
Nice. Yeah. I mean,
so it's the only thing I knew about though.
Yeah. I haven't really gotten a chance to use it too much. I'm actually working on my lawn. Y'all might have seen some pictures or videos of my lawn. It looks like complete shit, but we'll get there. Yeah, it's a learning process for sure.
That's half the fun, man, is starting off with something to work on for sure.
Yeah.
It's one thing if you walk in and it's looking good already, like, all right, just cut it. But if you get to get out there and make it better, that's always something fun to do. Yeah, that'd be cool to see if you stick with that and get the grass looking better. That'd be fun to see.
I feel somewhat of a responsibility to like I just started growing cannabis as well. So like we're working on that, and then working on
culture.
We're working on the lawn, and then also want to get some veggies and some other stuff going. So, but yeah, I'm in a rental right now, and in Colorado, so it's dry. We're high desert here. We have water restrictions on like how much we can water. I do have like a built-in sprinkler system, and they called and they said they're not turning that thing on until June. So yeah. But yeah, there was like sod down, like just recently got laid when we first got here. And then the water bill was just absolutely insane. It was like $300 a month. So like we definitely dialed that down quite a bit. And then, now the yard is just looking horrible. So, but we'll get it back. It's all good. Hopefully. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what your guys' temperatures are like relative to Zach, but your whole backyard, you don't really irrigate it much, right? It's more just kind of good cultural practices to try to keep it as green as you can year round, but I'm sure it probably gets a little bit maybe drier out in Colorado, depending on where you are. I'm not super familiar with the climate out there, but I'm sure there's ways to limp it along and maybe give it a little bit of water. I don't know. Yeah. That'll be half the fun, probably the frustration and the fun.
Well, I feel like, developing a good, top layer of soil is super important because that holds a lot of moisture. So I feel like, doing that and then, having a good layer of green grass to help it not dry out and retain that water. I feel like that would kind of be maybe a good place to start.
If it goes dormant, it goes dormant. It's not a bad thing. It's just protecting itself. So in the summer, if mine goes dormant, I just let it go in my backyard, but let it keep it a little longer and kind of just hope it stays green.
Yeah, I had to I dethatched. We sell a liquid dethatcher. We don't have any in stock right now, but I wanted to use that, but couldn't. But I went to Lowe's and bought some rakes and bought this. They obviously you guys know they sell like special dethatching rakes, right? Mm-hmm. I just got a couple. I bought a few because I was worried I'd break one, and within the first like 2 minutes, like that plastic rake just broke out of nowhere. So I was stuck using like this small rake that was like, maybe like 10 inches across to sit there. I mean, my lawn's really small, right? So it wasn't that big of a deal, but still.
They can be murder, man. I have one of those dethatching rakes. It's a metal one, but man,
yeah,
you can pull a lot of stuff up, but shoot, your arms, your back, I need to go to the gym just to get ready to do that in the fall if I'm going to do that.
There you go. Yeah. Have you guys used a liquid dethatcher or like anything like that?
Nope, I haven't.
Oh.
Yeah, seems like the whole like liquid solutions thing is kind of newer to the market. Is that true?
Yeah, I would say probably just within the last year or two, you're starting to kind of see more. There's a couple other companies that do that have that. So I think for some guys, either they like the tried and true, or they're kind of, is this liquid stuff really work? Is
Sure.
it proven? Is there data on it that shows that it actually does work? So I think that's what some people are kind of hesitant in using it.
Yeah, makes sense. Absolutely. Yeah. We need to get it in some hands of some good testers that are honest. They can give some solid feedback. And like, especially, we're like a new company. We have like, good people that make our solutions and whatnot, but like there's always going to be things we can improve on,
Mm-hmm.
So having honest feedback is so important.
Yeah, no, that definitely helps to get the community's feedback, people that are trusted. So that's helpful for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So
yeah,
like,
and I can imagine, getting somebody's opinion on how it kind of stacks up to something else that's out there. I mean, I don't know. I'm not making anything myself. I'm not making any fertilizers or, liquid products, but I could see how that would be really beneficial to you guys, getting like good, honest feedback and then being like, hey, well, what other stuff have you tried? And, how do you feel? Like, is it comparable? Is it better? Is it worse? How do you think it could improve?
Yeah. It's
I
difficult.
Imagine that's a lot with market research, that you guys got to do.
Yeah. And some of that testing, like you can't just spray something once and be like, yeah, it was great. And then like, roll with it. It takes time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I was going to say, that's probably one of the hardest things is you got guys that are, impatient. They want to see quick results or what have you. And some of the stuff you're putting down is going to be gradual, or it's going to take a few seasons to really maybe start to see a real impact, but you just got to stick with it and be consistent. And then when we had on, I think it was Adam or the Mountain View Seed guys, maybe it was Barenberg. I don't remember. They're talking about, if you do some overseeding and it didn't turn out very well and you blame the seed, was it the seed or did you do everything else right so that you could rule out other potential deficiencies there? And so sometimes it can be hard to get down to the root cause if you have anecdotal experience, but, given time, I certainly plan to use my sprayer more and look for opportunities to try different things out. And just like with Brent, the yard is going to be a place to experiment and have fun. It's a hobby for all of us. So we want it to look good. We don't want to make a mistake, but that's a learning opportunity. And then that's ways to try new things. So certainly, I'm open to trying all sorts of stuff and giving it a shot just to see, but sometimes you can't expect results after one application or even one season.
Yeah. And like, like our sprayer might not make sense for someone who has like a large lawn. Like I'm pretty sure, Bill, like you live in the suburbs, you don't have like that huge of a lawn, but I think Olee, you have quite a big lawn if I'm not mistaken.
Sir, but you still need to spot spray. I mean, there's still things to go after. So,
okay.
I mean, it's not ideal. It's not ideal for a complete blanket spray or a complete app. No, but for spot spraying, yes. Keeping weeds out of the flower bed. Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Broadleaf here, broadleaf there. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But just like, walking all of that, laying a fertilizer or something like that might not be the most ideal.
Yeah. Olee's got 132,000 square feet. So he's up there.
Yeah. It's a few acres.
He has to commit when he's walking the field. He's got to commit in the afternoon for that kind of stuff. Right.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
I walked it today. I committed today and I'm feeling it.
In a good way. I hope.
Did you push mow that whole thing, bro?
I use my skid sprayer and I walked it. I put out about 260 some gallons of water. So
damn.
Like I said, I'd
Dragon
still love to
4.
see a drone shot of Olee push mowing, just to get
See
that
a-
picture,
I want to see a time lapse of you walking back and forth.
Right? That'd be good.
I got some video of me running a skid sprayer. So,
That's what I'm saying.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's what I'm saying.
yep, I put the drone up and let it. It got about 15 minutes, so you can see what I can do in 15 minutes. So,
That's awesome.
Nice.
So I want to
Yeah.
tell the live chat real quick. We are actually going to do a drawing for a guest drawing on next week's show, where we have one of you guys in the live chat join us on camera, on mic, and just chit chatting about lawns. So stick around, pay attention, think about it, and we'll gather names here close to the end of the show to put you guys in the wheel of name drawings for a guest spot next week. So
I got a question about the fogger. So
Yeah.
I see a bunch of the cannabis guys using it, and so what are people applying through those foggers to their plants? And is it so it's like more gentle on the plant, and you can like kind of like mist it, or like what are they? What are they doing?
It's actually a little more the opposite of gentle. It's a little more tough and rugged, actually. It's so there's like a typical sprayer, like you're just going to be dispensing liquid. With the fogger, there's also a fair amount of airflow that comes through that. There's a motor. It's like a 1200 watt motor that breaks down the particle. That's like the whole thing with fogging is it breaks down the particle size of what you're spraying to a much smaller degree. So it's between 20 and 50 microns. And so like you're going to be getting better coverage because of that smaller particle size. So that's a lot of growers, they have pest problems. I don't know if y'all have pest problems so much that you worry about, but growers definitely do, and that can totally like ruin months of work. So getting something that covers the entire surface of the leaf or the stem or whatever it is super important, because those pests can be really small. So they're spraying pesticides. Like we have a new pesticide, Crop Defender. It's all natural pesticide that we just came out with. But then there's also like fertilizers as well that they can spray as well. And so like you're getting a huge benefit by breaking that particle size down, because you're also dispensing a hell of a lot less liquid. So like some of these fertilizers and pesticides can be really, really expensive. So by the fact that they're, you get a very good coverage on the plant without wasting a ton of solution that would typically just, drop right down to the floor, into the soil, and cause issues essentially. You're not getting that. And so like, that's like so you're saving a lot of money by saving solution, and then time, because like this thing can, spray like up to 15 feet. So, I've had a grower drop his, they call it IPM. It's integrated pest management of just anything you did dealing with pests essentially, but they spray their plants. I had one guy, he took his IPM time down from 2 hours to 10 minutes just because of the fogger. It was absolutely insane. So there's that side with the small particle side, but there's also the airflow as well. And I'm learning new stuff like every month as well. I just learned this one about a month ago. But the airflow, because it's like more powerful, for like larger plants, it blows the leaves around, which is great because a lot of the pests, they hide under the leaves in the stomata, away from the sun and whatnot. So they're blowing the leaf around. So you're actually going to be getting the underside of the leaves more often instead of like sticking a nozzle down in there and like twisting it around and whatnot. And then you're also, because of that strong airflow, you're stressing the plant, which is actually going to strengthen the plant as long as you don't overdo it. So for small plants, like I've had people break their branches before, and like that sucks. But for like larger plants that are already more developed, it's great for them.
Awesome.
I was thinking about the fogger the other day, just because, a lot of folks will get like some, they'll pay for an annual service to some pest control company to come out and spray a couple times a year or fog the yard for mosquitoes or spiders or whatever it may be. And I was like, well, crap, I'm all about DIY lawn care. If this is something else I could do, if you get a fogger and you figure out, what are they doing? How could I, some of that stuff may not be, you can't maybe buy it as a non-professional, but if it's something where you could save a few $100 a year, you get a fogger and you buy the stuff, you dilute it down and apply it just like you would fertilizer through a sprayer. That could be an interesting application as a homeowner, potentially, if you know what you're doing, if you have the right PPE and that kind of stuff. But that was just something I was thinking about earlier today. Like, when would I ever use a fogger? If you had like a small vegetable garden, maybe, but then, insects, bugs, pests, because that's all they do is they go around your house and fog the 10 feet out from your house. anyway, something I might look into down the road to see if it's worth looking into any further.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to send you one, and even like some fertilizers to run through that thing, and because like you're getting better nutrient uptake through the leaf than through the root with when you're foliar spraying like that. So I wonder, I mean, this is for cannabis people and also like garden people as well. So I can't see why the same concept wouldn't apply over to grass.
Can you
I know there's some
use
stuff
it?
that's foliar, right? Well, Olee, do you have
It
any
would probably
foliar
just
stuff?
be too windy
Yeah.
and blow around, wouldn't it? Like
It could be.
grass.
It could be. Yeah.
Did you use it
you'd have
for
to-
mosquitoes?
I'd imagine you'd probably have to use that on like a dead calm day if you're going to try to like really hit your lawn. But to Bill's point, I mean, around the house, I mean, if you're, going for insecticides and, stuff like that,
Yeah, that definitely makes more sense.
that'd probably
than-
be really good. Like I know in the South, like you get, you start getting like, those big old outdoor cockroaches, they find their way in and stuff like that. I mean, that might be something good for that kind of application. Like Bill's saying, I could see that.
Yeah, for sure. I've definitely noticed or heard about people spraying or fogging for mosquitoes.
Yeah.
But like,
Ah,
yeah.
yes.
That's
Mosquitoes, that would be a good thing where you could do that. And then also, like you're talking about foliar feed, and I think if you had like some type of organic fertilizer,
Hmm.
I think you could feed the turf with it.
So what about like
Yeah.
we have a fish and seaweed fertilizer? Like, could that be? I feel like that that could be something that could be used.
Yeah. Especially somebody who's wanting to be all organic or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. How
I don't see why you couldn't. I don't see why you couldn't use it like in a small garden for vegetables.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Sure.
thinking,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's like it's primarily marketed for gardening essentially. But then we like there's this weird kind of trend popping up of like everyone that we sell to or that that we provide products to, they all grow something, whether it's grass, house plants, vegetables or cannabis. So like there's there's the same concepts that apply generally. Like does a grass blade have a stomata? Do you guys know?
Yes.
Yes. There you go. Yeah. So you get the nutrient uptake through there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Somebody give $5.
Maybe I'll get one for my wife for all
Yeah.
her flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
Got
I was
$5.
gonna say, yeah, you got like those prized like rose bushes or those goes that there's things that complement the lawn, even if it's not a garden or weed or whatever. You get some sexy bushes. You want to try to get them popping real good this year. That might be something really, that could be beneficial, especially if it's just, you load it up, walk around, hit it. You don't have to mess with the hoses and other things like that. You might get a more quick uptake, see faster results possibly.
Plus, you get to look like a Ghostbuster.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually was gonna do it. I didn't have time. I've been wicked busy, and then I was sick this weekend. But I was gonna do a reel for the show tonight with the Ghostbusters theme song.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Bill
I have
kinda got
some
you beat.
footage someplace of me. I have some footage somewhere of me spraying like a liquid iron on my lawn last year, and my wife came outside and she was like, look at this motherfucker, looking like he's gonna go out to space camp.
Slimer and
I was
whatnot.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got me so good. She came out with her phone. She's like, look at this.
It's even
Like
better
a
if you're like suited
He's
up
out
in
here
a bunny
looking like
suit
he's
too.
going to space camp. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, that was a pretty funny one.
we hopefully in the future we want to do somewhat of like a Ghostbusters parody kind of commercial or video and whatnot, get dressed up and
That
just
would be cool.
make something funny. Yeah.
That'd be pretty good. That would be good. So what is your full kind of liquid lineup? Like what all kind of products have you guys started offering in the liquid space, whether it be the fertilization,
Let me go through them real
soil,
quick.
the soil loosener, liquid aeration, any of that kind of stuff. I mean, what's kind of the full range that you have right now?
Yeah, so I did leave one out when we were talking about it earlier. So we have for the liquid fertilizers, we have a 15015, a 1648, the nitrogen fertilizer, the 2800, the liquid iron, and then another category we kind of call maintenance, and that's where like the liquid aerator falls into.
Mhm.
And then like more of a general spraying where there's that blue dye indicator, the surfactant, and the grass paint. And we also have like a black mulch dye as well. But yeah,
Okay.
we're always looking for more stuff too. I heard you guys are getting into like molasses as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ole's got, what, did you put some down?
I put some down today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you like, it's just straight up molasses that you're buying and spraying or something?
What I put down today was a dry molasses that melts, that you add water to and rehydrate. But normally, yes, sir, just organic blackstrap molasses.
Gotcha.
And you use anywhere from 3 to 6 ounces to 1,000 in at least like a gallon of water.
Nice. Yeah, it's so interesting to see like lawn guys starting to get into like more of these organic products. Is there anything else like that you guys are liking and using other than like molasses? And I know a kelp fertilizer.
Mhm.
Yeah, kelp. That's a big one.
Yeah, I'd say kelp was probably the most popular one used and trusted.
Seaweed. Well, I guess that's kind of
Yeah,
similar.
the kelp products, and we talked a little bit last season on the show last year about mycorrhizal fungi.
Yeah.
And I have a product of a mycorrhizal fungi that I use,
Okay.
that I spray down.
Do you know anything about it?
Not a whole lot.
Okay.
I mean, we had done an episode where we kind of like went through all the kind of benefits and everything else like that. And I'm no chemist and certainly no expert, but
Yeah.
at the time, we had been talking about it on the show, and I'd done some reading on it and found a couple articles that, indicated beneficial results. So, I mean, I'm nobody to really talk on it
Yeah.
too much.
Because
it's kind of like in one ear, retain it for like a month or so, and then
yeah, I actually feel that a lot. Yeah. We're
have that old TBI problem. So,
damn.
I forget stuff sometimes.
Yeah, you're good. We're actually, we're coming out with the Myco. It's originally we thought about it for the cannabis industry, but I don't see, once again, like this, the same principles apply, right? So why not kind of get it out to every different industry?
That's something I'm super interested in is the mycorrhiza down the road.
Yeah. It's so like, just like real quick on it. It's just super, super fascinating because it literally takes, like, you have the root structure where like nutrients are, taken up and whatnot. It literally expands like just the reach of the root structure and allows nutrients to come in. At least that's my understanding of it, which is just kind of insane. And it allows, plants or like different plants to like communicate with each other and share nutrients. And there's two different kinds, endomycorrhizal fungi and ectomycorrhizal fungi, and endo actually penetrate the root, and then ecto encompass the root. I'm not too sure, like, what the big difference is between the two, but I just definitely not know that.
Yeah, I think
It rings a bell. It rings a bell.
Basically stands for root extension.
Myco is like fungi essentially, and then rhiza is root. So like
something to do with like root extension.
Yeah.
No, it's
everybody could use a root extension, right?
Yeah.
Wants to extend his root.
Let's break the tension.
I think you've got the typical lawn guy that just will go to Lowe's and Home Depot, buy whatever's on the shelf and go throw it down. Then you got guys who are, it's a passion, it's a hobby like us and this community, and we really are more specific on things that we put down. We may just put down one at a time rather than a bag that comes with like 5 or 6 different stuff together. And then you're going to get, we want to feed the soil, as we mentioned before. We don't want to just kind of make the grass grow. We want to actually feed the soil what it needs, those nutrients. And so we're always big on doing the soil tests. Tell people to do soil tests of, hey, what does my lawn need? Well, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff out there. So do a soil test, see what you're lacking in macro and micronutrients. And so, hearing about these natural stuff like the kelp and mycorrhizae and all that kind of stuff, it's helpful that we can feed those specifically to our soils so that we can make sure that, the grass is growing because of the soil, not just because of something that we threw down on it.
Exactly. Yeah. How long do you feel like you guys have kind of been trying, or like gaining kind of this more encompassing perspective that includes the soil and soil health? Has this been something kind of new, or has this been kind of something you guys have been like top of mind for the past, 5-10 years, however long you've been doing this for?
I mean, I don't think it's nothing new. I mean, I think it's just having a broad spectrum. I mean, you can also not feed the soil and just feed the plant. And there's a lot of applications like that where you're just feeding the plant uptakes it, not the soil. And some people, swear by doing that. So it's just, having, it's kind of your style, what you want to do. And, we like trying different things, and we just want our lawns to look nice.
Yeah.
So
I would say for me, I've been in my house for about 12 or 13 years. And, throughout that time, I've kind of always subscribed to the feeding the plant kind of thing. And I've been getting more interested in, feeding and nurturing the soil, I guess, really in the last couple of years. And, kind of really, I guess, like once I connected with these guys, like towards the end of like when 2020, I guess, when we all kind of like met and stuff, it was something that I just kind of started to think about. So it's not something that I really knew a lot about or had done a lot of research in, but because I was always, my lawn's always been like pretty good. My lawn's always been, all right, like one of the better ones in the neighborhood. And I've just been, kind of like doing like a standard kind of big box store fertilizer program every year for the last 12 or 13 years. And then really over the last, I don't know, like probably early 2019, I really started kind of getting more into it and started thinking a lot about it. And then that was really the reason that I started my Instagram in the first place, was to say like, all right, well, I want to meet some more people and bounce some ideas off of everybody, instead of just being like, all right, let me look at a YouTube video, or let me try to find an article. Like I also want to talk to other homeowners who have experience with this, or who've messed with stuff, or who've been deeper into it for longer than I have. Cause I've really only been like super into it since like 2019. So
yeah. Was it COVID at all that kind of like inspires, you think, a lot of people start caring more about their lawns and making Instagrams, connecting with the community?
I
It
think
definitely
so.
blew it up. It definitely
Yeah.
gave people sitting
It blew it
at
up
home
for
more
sure.
time to do it.
Nice. Yeah.
it was kind of
I think,
happenstance that I created mine in 2020, because like I never stopped working. I never was like working from home or doing any of that kind of stuff. So
You don't got the luxury.
I wasn't in that boat personally. But it just kind of so happened that was the kind of the timeline that I was on. I started
There he is.
that's when I started my like dedicated lawn Instagram, but that was really more of my wife just being like, hey, how come your Instagram's all pictures of the lawn and not pictures of the family and the kids and all that stuff? I was like, all right,
to
fair
imagine
enough.
there's a lot of folks that got more into it with COVID, or at the very least more into the social media aspect because they were at home on their phones more. But
Yeah.
guys like Olee's been doing this for a number of years. I got into it when I bought my first house, and the lawn went to shit, and I was like, okay, now what do I do? Let me start looking into it. But for a lot of us, I feel like most folks begin with going to Home Depot or Lowe's and grabbing a bag of fertilizer and some Scotts or whatever. And then if it's something you're interested in, you kind of go from there. You continue to find ways to get, better product or get that edge on the neighbor or fix a problem. So you look into something else. And that's how I got into sprayers and stuff, was just looking into like, how can I take my lawn to the next level or try something new? Everything had been granular applications up to that point. And I wanted to kind of go into liquids and try that out. You're learning about the humics and the fulvics and some of the different herbicides you can put down, and maybe ways where you can buy it in a concentrate for cheaper in the long run, and use it for multiple times to dilute it down.
Yeah.
You just kind of continue to get into it. A lot of folks love gardening. They love making homemade salsas or cannabis, whatever it may be. And I'm sure, like you said, the same principles in lawn care apply. Some people are growing flowers, other people are growing grass and complementing the lawn. And I think it's just it's a huge market where people, if they're looking for the next thing, it's a natural progression to start getting into liquids. Guys can really control their applications versus a granular. You can get immediate results. Aaron and Golf Course Lawn was talking about, he couldn't stand to be like me, where you put down an organic and you have to wait 4 weeks to see if it worked or not. He's like, I want to see results, the next couple of days.
Yeah.
And with liquids, you can kind of see that depending on what you put down.
Sure.
So there's some definite fine tuning you can get to that you just can't really get, I don't think, as easily with granular stuff.
Well, other than like the liquid solutions, is there where else do you feel like the industry is going? I mean, obviously, it sounds a little bit more like the organic kind of stuff as well. Is there anything else that's kind of sticking out of anyone's mind?
I mean, not talking about products, but just battery powered equipment is one. So
Yeah.
Makes sense though, right? Like, who the hell wants to pump a sprayer?
Yep.
That was a game changer. Not having to pump that thing or carry it around, having it on a backpack and a battery power was awesome.
Nice. Yeah. It's awesome hearing that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot more guys with arm strength now that they don't have to pump their sprayers. So
yeah.
I see you, Brian. I see you over there.
Hey, but yeah, let's just real quick. I think we should talk about KOTG Lawn of the Week. What about you guys?
Yeah, we should probably do that.
Really cool hashtag on Instagram that if you want to go see some of the best lawns on Instagram, we've said this before, but here it is. Ooh. You can get on Instagram and look at this hashtag KOTG Lawn of the Week and scroll through and see some of the best lawns. Now, we've had this thing going for, quite a while now. I think we're coming up on a year of a little weekly competition amongst everybody. If you think your lawn is looking good, and we're definitely in lawn season now, which is awesome, put that hashtag on your post or your reel. I can't do a story because that story disappears after 24 hours and we'll miss it. But put that hashtag on there. Obviously, you see we got over 2,000 posts.
Whose lawn is that on the thumbnail or the
this one? Yeah. I don't know.
Is that Crazy About Grass?
It looks kind of like Crazy About Grass. So he's
that's pretty cool.
Honorary thumbnail. I don't know how they pick it or whatever, but over 2,000 posts. So that's pretty awesome to see how many times it's being used. As we see these submissions each week, we debate amongst our group here and we pick one of the winners. And I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. We've had our most recent ones are looking pretty good. Pretty good. A lot of submissions this week, that's for sure. So it's definitely lawn season. But after all of the submissions, we have decided on one very deserving individual, and I'll stop sharing mine so you can share yours, Zach. We have chosen our most recent ones are Eli's Fish and is it Fescue?
Fescue.
Oh. Yeah, Eli's Fish.
Oh,
drone shot.
I love the drone shots.
So congratulations, Eli's Fish and Fescue. That's an awesome submission. Great looking lawn. Definitely deserved it.
Awesome.
That's a good lawn for backyard barbecues and cornhole and all that kind of stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I seen
you in the chat too. So yeah, that looks sweet.
Great looking stripes, man.
I like how that striped, even going into where the lawn goes into this driveway, sidewalk, whatever that is, a little bit, it's still stripes, it's still got that dark stripe
keeping
on the
it
end.
straight.
Yeah, that thing looks
so you
amazing.
just had his deck half on it, and
that's awesome.
So yeah, let us know what you mow with in the chat. Let us know what you're doing.
And also, while you guys are in the chat, Ben has been gracious enough to offer some giveaways for you guys tonight. So the viewers that in here, we're up to 60 now. We've got a few things to give away. We've got some solutions. They're going to be 32-ounce solutions. There's grass paint, 1648 liquid fertilizer, 2800 liquid nitrogen, liquid iron, lawn aerator, fish and seaweed fertilizer, and surfactant. And they've also thrown in a couple sprayers, the HD 4000 and the LT Pro. So if you guys want to get in on this giveaway, it's going to take a few minutes probably to get names. So if you guys will type in PetraTools in the chat, we will get you guys entered in for those giveaways. We'll probably do the solutions first and then do the 2 sprayers at the end. So
Can I add one?
sure. What do you
Yeah,
wanna add?
I noticed worm
Yeah.
tea wasn't on there. So can we get some worm tea up in there?
Worm tea.
Yeah,
Okay.
We will get some worm tea up on there. For the
Hey, real
solution
quick,
too.
I want to shout out the chat because there's so many people that say congratulations, nice lawn, sweet, very nice, congratulations. So many people congratulating Eli for winning. That's freaking awesome. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I just
Nice
think
to
that's
have
cool.
some
Everybody in the
positivity.
chat, yeah, having
Positivity.
positivity, hanging out. Everybody's like, that's awesome. So
No,
and it's not
no-
even
no
just
bitches
that.
in
It's like the giveaways too. It's like, oh hey, you won the thing, congratulations. Like, oh, that's awesome. I really
Yeah.
appreciate that as well. I think all of us, we all do. We all
Yes, sir.
appreciate
There's like
the
at least-
positivity and
there's
the
like
and the support
25
because
people.
that's the whole name of the game. That's what everybody's doing here, or supposed to be doing here, and we appreciate it.
I don't know how the hell y'all are gonna keep up with these entries.
that's Brian.
Brian's the wheel man.
Yeah.
He's become an expert at
Get
reading
it.
that chat quickly and getting that stuff typed in. I did it like 1 or 2 nights when Brian wasn't here. And yeah, he's got a task laid before him every week.
Yeah,
For
I think a few of you have tried your hands at it. So
You
Okay,
don't want
so-
me to do it.
Yeah, man.
yeah, well,
No, sir. We'll
Okay,
be here
long
till
guy.
tomorrow night.
Okie Long Guy wants some free cannabis. Can anybody hook him up? I can't. Just kidding. No, sir.
He didn't even
There's
know
only a
cannabis
handful of
meant weed.
states with legal weed.
Yeah,
So
and it's very
you don't live
illegal.
in one of them.
Very illegal to ship.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, I heard FedEx works. If you want
You can try your luck.
Yeah,
No, thank you.
just don't put a return address on it.
Right?
Yeah.
They happen to know a couple people in the postal inspection service, as well as other federal letter agencies that would be not too happy about that. A good idea. Doesn't work out as often as you think it does.
I'm just always curious
You know
what they
what I
do
mean.
with all the confiscated stuff. I mean,
Right?
they burn it or throw it away. Oh
Yeah.
shit. Not happening. I remember one time when I was like a kid, someone had bashed out my windows and stole my stereo out of my vehicle, and they found it. They had me go up to the police station and be like, hey, is this your stuff? And identify it. Sure as shit, in the corner, they're like pot plants growing under black lights and everything. Like, oh yeah, we confiscated those. And I'm like, and you got the lights plugged in? Like, you're still growing it? Like, really? You need to have the lights on in the evidence room or what? But I thought that was pretty funny.
That's insanely
Sometimes
weird.
in a court of
Yeah.
law, it's important to go ahead and present the evidence.
Or do you want to
As it was
preserve the
found.
evidence? Yeah,
There you go.
preserve it too. That's crazy.
But-
Yeah, hopefully,
So-
in a few years we won't have this issue, and just be federally legal, and then we won't have to worry about it anymore. It'll be in the past.
Yeah.
Bill, you're muted, man.
That would be
Passive.
nice. That would be.
He's been talking all along.
And,
These fuckers are annoying.
Bill's over here, give it a round of applause.
Coming from the guy.
I don't know if
who
you
just
guys heard
his
about
phone.
Eli responded. He's got a 36-inch snapper walk behind, and I just pulled it up. The thing looks pretty sweet. I didn't know that snapper made walk behind mowers, but apparently they're gunning for Toro. Maybe 36-inch looks pretty fire.
What was the last lawn of the week? Was it Drunken Lawn Guy? I think. Is
He's
that
the
right? Or-
Presidente.
He's
we
the
had,
president.
We had Missouri last, didn't we?
yeah, last week was
I got
Missouri.
it.
Fellow Missourian.
Very well.
Ben, Ben, have you seen the belt that we have for Lawn of the Week?
I have, yeah, just from Drunken Lawn Guy. He's carrying it around, taking it everywhere with him, and yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool.
That thing's probably hit about 20 to 30 states.
Yeah.
It literally
Nice.
gets shipped all over the United States and everything, and the winners make reels with it, videos with it, and ship it on to the next guy.
As they should. That's awesome.
Unfortunately, we had one guy hold on to it for like 2 months, and so it's so backlogged. I mean, we're probably 2 months, at least 2-3 months behind, and so we're just playing catch up. So unfortunately, Eli, you probably won't get it till like July 4th or something like that.
Y'all ever thought about just getting another one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had that idea.
We could. I will say this belt though has a special place because it came about totally organically. Like it wasn't even our idea. I think it was it Rooted that started doing it, but and then it kind of took a life of its own, and all the winners have just kind of passed it on to the next guy, and they can have some fun with it. It's been
Put their stickers on it.
Yeah, but hey, a second belt, that's something we've talked about too, or we weren't sure if we are going to get that one back, but it's super cool to see everybody's content with it. And
hell yeah,
fun.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot.
What if the belt
That was
made
such a
it to
good idea.
GIE and people there all took a picture with it or done
That
something?
would be sweet.
That would be sweet.
That would
Or
be
just
cool.
wear it out. Just wear it out to the bars at GIE. That would be fun.
Yeah, just wear it.
You can sling that thing over your shoulder and just walk around.
Nate, you can wear it when you get back on the bull. The PBR. When you ride the bull, you can wear the.
We're gonna bring him a sparkly glove for that bull.
I just registered today, so registered today. Cleared it with the bride, so that's on.
Did you use the
that's on
50% code? Did you use the 50% code?
No.
You didn't get in for $10?
Oh man.
Damn it.
He's a big spender.
We need to
I
take a
spent
vote.
$10 on like sunflower seeds today.
We need to take a
Something
vote,
stupid.
see what everyone in the chat thinks about. We've thrown around the idea of just getting an Airbnb house, like a 10-bedroom house, like a frat house, basically, for all of us. Anyone that's looking for a room, anyone that comes strolling in at 4 a.m. with their flatbed pickup, just needs a place to crash.
Well, almost anybody. There's,
But
there's one person
who's
who's not invited.
yeah, there's definitely one person who's never invited.
No, he's invited.
Oh yeah. Why not?
He's gonna get trespassed.
But yeah, like, what do you guys think in the chat? Should we look for basically like a house and just like maybe have a raging party one night, or what should we do? What do you guys think? Give us some tips. If everyone would be down for going to GIE, coming over. I mean, I don't know how much a keg is in Louisville, but it might be worth it just to get a keg or something.
I think
Can't
you
be
guys should
that
definitely
much.
do that.
Split a
That's
few
light.
ways.
That's a light lift for all of us to split one. Light lift. But Ben, I had a question. So I saw a reel the other day.
Uh-oh.
And I guess I don't know if it was, I guess it was you that made it, but you were planting a seed. Now,
Yeah.
Are you guys actually selling seeds?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was I think that was a blue dream. It was a strain. It's a cannabis seed.
Right.
Yeah, it's known to be
Not
good for.
not shipping those out.
It's actually it's actually legal to ship
the
seeds.
seed.
Yeah, because it's not a THC containing product, or
Right,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
sure.
not. I mean, it's just like CBD. It has until it grows the buds, it doesn't have THC. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And I couldn't remember when I just thought of it, and I couldn't remember if I saw like a little Petra sticker on there or
definitely
not.
not.
When I saw you like pull it out of the bag. So I was
Complimentary
I was
with
wondering
each
about that. I was
fogger.
like, oh, that'd be interesting if you guys are like in the seed game too. Like that'd be kind of
Yeah,
wild.
I don't anticipate us getting into that game. That's
Yeah.
there's a lot of breeders.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and no, thank you. Yeah, but yeah,
We'll happily help them grow beautiful plants, though.
yeah, hell yeah, absolutely. Just like we hopefully help y'all grow beautiful plants. But yeah, I on 420 I randomly did a live that lasted for almost 3 hours, and I was giving away some stuff, and then like random other growers were coming in giving away stuff. So that Blue Dreams seed pack that I got is actually from this middle-aged lady who grows for some people around her in Canada. She actually doesn't smoke. She's the only grower that I've ever talked to that does not consume cannabis. But yes, so like I've been looking for something that's kind of good for anxiety, depression, that kind of thing. And so like, there's been a lot of veterans and whatnot that have used that strain and have found some positive effects. So I'm super
That's
excited.
really cool. That's really cool.
I got a lot of buddies that swear by weed.
Yeah.
I don't smoke weed, but
yeah.
I got a lot of friends who swear by it.
Yeah, I mean, it can, it can definitely go both ways. It can give you more anxiety, give you less anxiety, and depends. It's really interesting because like we're all familiar with the different cannabinoids, at least like CBD and THC, but there's other cannabinoids, and it's actually how the cannabinoids mix with these things called terpenes, which are kind of like the flavor and smell chemicals, and like that provides the effect. So it's kind of getting that down, but then also finding like what works the best for your physiology and just kind of who you are as a human being.
Hey, how did COVID affect the marijuana industry? Did it boom like everything else because everyone's at home and you don't have to go into work, you're working from home, so it's like,
yeah, right.
Yeah, I would
commute.
Yeah, I would guess just like, alcohol consumption, like cannabis consumption very much increased and whatnot. But I can't speak for like PetraTools, at least, like, because essentially we stumbled, as I mentioned earlier, we stumbled into the cannabis community at kind of more at the beginning of COVID. And like, we've really only got, bigger as the company started growing in the past like 2 years. So we've really just kind of been all in COVID and whatnot. But I'm sure the COVID did wonders for the cannabis community though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would say that was probably, I mean, it was kind of already in the works and being talked about, but I do think that was one of the big, I think that was a big impetus for my state in New Jersey to legalize weed, because I think that was a big influence. I think that a lot of people, to my knowledge, there were a lot of people who are writing letters and who were contacting their legislators, their state reps in New Jersey to push for that. And there was a big push for that and a big grassroots movement during 2020. And like I said, the groundwork had already been laid legislatively for it, but there was definitely a big push on the part of the population in 2020 to push for legalized weed. And, then it passed and they started selling about 3.5 weeks ago. All the dispensaries opened up. So,
really? Is it? Yeah. Has that been kind of crazy or?
I don't know. I mean, there's one that's pretty close to my house. There's still not a lot. I forget how many licenses are active now within the state. I had read it somewhere, but there's one that's pretty close to my house, and there's always people there. I mean, it's always packed, especially during the first week. It was, there's been all of them were swarmed.
I was talking to some friends that lived in
Makes sense.
Colorado. Sorry. Some friends lived in Colorado, and they were telling me it's like, when they legalized it, everyone thought it was going to be like the 20-year-old kids going in there and just lines of 20-year-old kids. They actually said it was the opposite. It was mostly like 50-year-olds and 60-year-olds. I mean, they got the income to do it, but they said that was the majority of the people who were actually doing it was the older people. And that they said that was the biggest surprise, that they were in there. They'd say it was probably 3 to 1, 4 to 1 of older people versus the younger people.
That's very interesting.
It blew them away. That was like, no way. I thought it was just all 20-year-old kids want to get high.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. It's interesting. You kind of expect everyone in Colorado smokes weed, and everyone who comes to Colorado smokes weed, and that's kind of what everyone thinks of Colorado is about. But it's really all the dispensaries are really in Denver. I live in Colorado Springs, which is south of Denver, about an hour, and there's 0 recreational dispensaries here. It's a military town. There's so many. There's the Air Force Academy. So there's a lot of military bases here. So I actually have to drive 45 minutes away to a neighboring town to buy legal weed. I could get my medical card. There's plenty of medical dispensaries here, but there's no recreational. which is interesting.
Different.
I do love Colorado Springs. Great
Yeah.
place.
Yeah,
Love it.
yeah, we got a beautiful, beautiful mountain view of Pikes Peak right in the driveway. It's incredible.
That's awesome.
I got a lot of good. I got some good Colorado stories.
I prefer Twin Peaks.
I lost one of my buddies in Denver one time.
Like,
He just disappeared.
okay.
Couldn't find him, and
Not
he
that
show
kind
up?
of
we
lust.
searched for him till like 4 o'clock in the morning. We had a flight to catch the next morning to Africa, and we were like, I don't know where you went, bro.
Where'd you go in Africa?
They just popped up.
Damn, that's
popped up.
weird.
Did he pop up in Africa? Did he make it?
No,
Holy shit, dude. Oh.
How'd you get
he
here?
popped up like an hour before we had to like get to the airport. He
Jeez.
popped up, and we're like, what happened to you? He's like, I don't know. I woke up behind a dumpster, bro. Sounds about right.
That's crazy.
Marine.
Hell yeah.
Marine shit.
Yeah, sounds like a typical Marine.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was. But yeah, and Colorado Springs, I love it, man. I did a lot of rock climbing out there, a lot of hiking.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Colorado Springs is great.
Yeah, we got Manitou Springs, which is right next to us. And there's this thing called the Manitou Incline, which is literally just like these steps up a mountain. It's about a mile long and it is a bitch to do. And I want to take a full like HC4, like a full 4-gallon sprayer or something like that and try to bring it up there.
We did our 10-year anniversary in Manitou Springs. We didn't do any of the crazy hiking, but we did play at the arcades, and that was pretty badass.
Yeah. It's a cool little quaint town. It's small, but it's like really pretty and just right next to the mountains. Yeah, incredible.
Ryan, how we looking on those wheel of names, man?
Hey, man, we are done with the wheel of names.
Hey.
So let me pull it up here.
Come on, Utah, let me smoke some weed.
Get with the times.
Right?
Well, yeah, 55 entries. So pretty
That's
much
great.
everybody in the chat. So,
Good showing, everyone. Thank you for coming out and participating.
so I got a-
Crisp wheel, Brian. Good job, man. That was
Thank you.
solid.
Another good looking wheel.
it'll look better when
excited
I
for the
make it
tunes.
full screen. So just a second here.
Question is, does he have that fire music again?
Get
That's
those
the big-
tunes
yeah.
queued up.
Let's see what we got.
Question.
So
Wiz
You got some
Khalifa.
subs. Turn them up. Turn up the subs, the bass. Spin it for like 30 seconds so we can just jam out to
all right,
it.
here we go.
What's
This
this one
one-
for?
This one's gonna be for just gonna go down the list here. We got grass paint. So this
Ooh, I know
first
who can win
person
this.
is the grass paint. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Parkour.
Hey,
That's close.
Tight one.
Super TA. Get some grass paint.
Wow.
I think Von Sauce would have had fun with that one.
I know. I was thinking, wow, this could be interesting. He's a Zoysia or something, right? So
Did you see his comment in the chat? He goes, I'm winning KOTG Lawn of the Week in January 23.
Yeah, because everybody else will be dormant. Oh man.
all right.
Every
Next
week,
up
bro.
is 1648 liquid fertilizer.
It's a good one.
Oh.
Mm.
Now, you know what's funny about this is these two guys are at each other all the time, Drunk Lawn Guy and Yard Hard. So
Always.
it looks like Yard Hard came on top of Drunk Lawn Guy.
Damn.
Yard hard on top, drunk on.
What?
Hard orange on top. All right.
All right. All right. Coming up is 2800 liquid nitrogen. All right. Bridger Meisner. I think the music was too loud for Bill. He had to take his headphones off.
No,
No,
man,
I
I'm
saw what he was
Shazamming
doing.
this song,
Oh.
dude.
He's
Bill,
recording that
using
for
this.
TikTok.
I wish I could have the
Bill-
camera on you guys. I'm trying to
Bill-
figure out how to add you guys on there.
Bill is definitely going to be adding that to a TikTok here in the next week.
Hell yeah, dude, that song is fire.
No, I'll make it an audio file and send it to you, Bill.
Yeah.
Here, I'll see if I can make it go a little bit longer. Just a second
Whoa.
here.
That is me, big.
Hey, and just real quick, are we confident that all these people are on Instagram? All these winners, at least?
Yes,
Probably.
they
Yeah.
should be, because they have to message us on Instagram so we can get their information over to you. So
Perfect. Cool.
that's the only way we do things here.
Sweet.
All right. So I made this song a little bit longer for you guys. Seems like everybody's feeling it. So, all right, here we go. Oh, this one is for liquid iron.
Yes, sir, Nate.
Alex
Carney.
Carney.
There we go.
Oh,
Congrats.
Boy, Alex.
That might need to be our new intro outro music.
I
on the
owe,
podcast.
I owe him a hat. I have not forgot about you, Alex.
All right, Alex,
Yeah.
give it Olee for your hat. All right.
I'm actually going to put some cheer wands in that box.
Ooh, nice.
Not as cool as getting Bush Light, but it'll be close enough.
Well, I could ship him some bottled water.
You can get,
All right.
you can get bush lights anywhere.
This
Yeah.
one is lawn
Not the John Deere
aerator. Lawn aerator. Here we go. Oh, right, guys.
hey,
Former KOTG Lawn of the Week.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
All right. Next is Fish and Seaweed Fertilizer. Hey, Clean Cuts Lawn Care.
Cuts.
I like
Congrats.
it. I like at the very end, right before it announces, it goes. Ch-ch-ch.
Yeah, it just kind of pauses and then.
Yeah.
All right, so we got two more left real quick while you guys are watching the wheel. If you guys want to join KOTG guest spot next week in the live chat, type in KOTG and I'll grab those while we're doing some spinning of the wheels. But if you're interested in joining the guest spot, type in KOTG. All right, next one is for surfactant. Bamboo Bob.
hey,
Let's go.
Nice. All right. And then for the last solution, these are 32-ounce solutions. We have, you said worm tea, right, Ben?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Worm
Worm
tea.
tea is coming up. Oh,
Another close one.
Dan the Longman tuned in for the first time tonight.
Hey, that's awesome.
Right.
Congratulations.
To win.
See?
So there you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Good things are afoot
Yeah.
in the universe. That's great.
All right,
Okay.
so I'm going to grab the names for the guest spot real quick, and then we'll get back to the drawing of the sprayers. If there's other stuff you guys want to talk about, maybe I'll find a different song. See if there's.
I was
another
curious,
good one.
what's your best selling sprayer? Like, which one do you guys find is the most, the one that you guys have sold the most, or people seem to really
Mhm.
respond to?
Yeah, it's the HG 4000, 4-gallon sprayer. It's just kind of good all around. It's got a good capacity, and it's also got a variable pressure knob on it too, and got a measuring cup so you can measure your solution before adding it to the water, which is nice, always helpful. It got a telescoping wand and comes with a variety of different nozzles you can use too.
That's the one I have, and I like it. I've used it a few times now, and it's worked really well. What's the difference with that and like the 4500? Right? Isn't there a 4500?
A 40 is a 4050. So that one
Or
is
4050, yeah.
So that one's a lithium ion battery. So you're only going to get about 2 to 3 hours of battery life, which I'm sure is plenty for especially someone like you, with the size of your lawn and whatnot.
Sure, yeah.
The HC 4000 is a lead acid battery, which we advertise that lasts for 6 to 8 hours, but mine's lasted over 9 hours. It's just got a crazy long battery life. So that's the main difference.
Okay.
It's also on the 4050, there's a valve to drain the tank as well. So that's also,
okay. That's nice.
Yeah. We should definitely get that over on our HD 4000, really just for like all the sprayers, because that's just a really nice addition to have. But I'm interested to hear your feedback. Do you got anything that you don't like on it?
Well, the only thing I don't like is just having to clean the damn thing out when you're done using it. But that's just the name of the game, right?
Yeah.
I'm coming from a perspective of like, just throw back a fucking fertilizer down, and it is what it is. But yeah, so I definitely want to, you have to plan ahead, but I think that's just inherent to the product. But I mean, so far it's worked well. I've only used it a handful of times, but yeah, it lasts the full time. The tank's big enough to where I only have to fill it a couple times to get the entire yard. Yeah, no complaints so far. I did get the what was it? I got some different nozzles that Sean Midwest Lawn had recommended back in the day, and those were great. So I haven't, the T-Jets, yeah. So I haven't used the ones that come with it, but I put the T-Jets on, and it's awesome. It's worked really good so far.
What is that? T-Jets? How do you spell that?
They're like it's like TEJET. I think they're like a TEE. They're like metal or aluminum instead of plastic, and I think supposedly a little bit more precise, maybe, or
just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip.
Just the tip. Just the tip.
Yeah, they're like a couple of bucks on Amazon, I think. They weren't expensive, but he recommended them, and so far they've done really well. It sprays nice.
Nice, yeah. We do have a metal or a brass nozzle that comes with it, but it's like it'll give you a mist or a stream. So it's like it'd be best if we had like the yellow. We have a yellow flat nozzle. It'll just give like a flat spray pattern. We should have one of those in a brass. In brass, yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, that kind of, I think for mine, that'd be the only thing that I would say could be an improvement on it. I mean, because you were talking about battery life a minute ago, and I got mine at the beginning of the season last year. I literally sprayed all the way through the year without charging it.
Damn. How many times did you spray?
I have a pretty typical suburban lawn, like 5,000 square feet. And, I used it multiple times I think I got it in like February. So I used it multiple times from like March all the way through November, and didn't have to charge it at all last year, to the point where I literally have no idea where my charger went, which is why I sent you a message. I was like, I need a new charger.
You have no idea how many times we get that.
I don't know where. I tore apart my like shop in my basement. I was like looking for it. I was like, where I keep all that stuff, and I was like going through drawers, and I was like, I have no idea where this thing is.
Did you did you get another one though?
Yeah, I did. And the wand, I got a couple little pinholes in the wand. So like probably the last time I was out spraying, I had to hit it with some duct tape, like tape it up because it was like shooting out these little pinholes. It was like right before Halloween.
Yeah.
I was spraying liquid iron, some feature liquid iron, and it was like spraying on me. So
did we send you a new wand?
You did. Yeah, I sent me a new wand too. So that was great. I mean, thank you for doing that. I just texted you or shot you guys a message on Instagram and said, hey, listen, my wand's got a hole in it, and can you help me out?
It's not more than one hole in it.
It's not spraying right.
What'd you do to put a hole in it?
Done.
Why'd you do that?
But yeah, it's no, and I was like, can I buy one on the website? Like, how do I go about that? And who, and you guys just were like, yeah, no, we'll just send you one. So I greatly appreciate that. So
yeah,
I mean, you guys have been great with customer service, and I appreciate it. So just little pinholes in the wand. I don't know, I always clean it out, and I keep it in my basement because I only have like a small shed in my backyard. I haven't built a bigger one yet, and I don't have a garage. So I don't think it was abuse or anything like that. I don't know what.
No, it was definitely a manufacturer defect, and we should.
But yeah, I mean it. Like I said, I couldn't even tell you how many times I used it over the course of the year without a single problem. So I'm happy with it. I like it a lot, and I've recommended it to a bunch of my buddies. I'm like, get one of these, because there's a lot of other really great backpack sprayers out there. But if you're like me and you're just kind of like, well, I haven't really, up until last year, I hadn't really done a lot of spraying. I had a pump sprayer, and I would use that for, my selective herbicides. And that was pretty much it. I hadn't really done anything with any other kind of liquids or any liquid fertilization. That was something new that I jumped into. And I guess in 2020, and I was using the pump sprayer, and then you guys sent me out a sprayer last year. And I've recommended it to a lot of people, because for somebody like myself who's just trying to get into it, it's like, do you really want to jump in and go spend, a whole, shitload of money on one of the more expensive backpack sprayers, or do you want something that's more budget conscious? And I've never put them side by side, but I also don't feel like I have the need to, because
if it works, it works.
Your product's doing just fine for me, and I haven't had any issues with it. So, I guess everybody's got their different needs, and, I guess depending on, how much you're going to abuse it, I have no idea. But I also know somebody that's a, professional applicator that uses Petra backpack sprayers. So, I'm not, so I don't know.
Yeah, I did see someone else in the chat talk about your guys' customer service being top notch. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
something
I saw that
we
too.
always look for. So
yeah, it's one area that we feel like we kind of differentiate from other companies that sell backpack sprayers, or really any other products. We've all had, plenty of shitty experiences trying to reach out, because just with manufacturing, you're going to have things that go wrong. It just, it happens. So you need to be able to get in contact with the company, and they need to be able to make it right. So we definitely make that a big priority.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys already talk about this or ask this question? Like, like a year or so ago, your guys' account got wiped out or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was in December.
Yeah, what happened with that? I don't know if you guys already brought that up.
No, so within the cannabis community, it happens all the time, essentially. You're obviously not allowed to sell anything and advertise weed, right? But even if you don't, there's still the algorithm or something that picks it up. And if you just post a picture of weed, you run the risk of getting your account disabled. So that happened to us for a few weeks, but
Nice.
we ended up getting it back, which was super, super, super lucky, because some people don't get it back and they get screwed, which sucks.
Yeah.
But we were one of the lucky ones.
There's been a few lawn accounts that have had their accounts shut down for a while for using lawn tools like chainsaws or whatever. And it's like, oh, you got flagged for violence. And I'm always like, that's just wild. But yeah, it's just some computer thing looking out for some thing. And then you got to fight for a human to override it, which can take forever because these companies are just so
big.
There's so many of us. Yeah. They can't possibly, that would suck, right? You get your shit taken out forever. Damn it.
Yeah. It's just because of some stupid computer algorithm, but yeah, it's exactly what you said.
Speaking of people getting their shit taken down, our dear friend Dave Bilecki, who we all know and love,
Oh
had his account hacked and he can't get back into it. So he started a new one and it's turfguy.52. So go, if
I
you were
knew
following
he
Dave
had-
Bilecki, fine gentleman on your screen, do Dave a favor and go follow his new page.
I didn't know that. I'll have to check him
It's
out.
Yeah,
Turf Guy
because I got
52
messages
now.
talking about making money, and I was like, "This can't be Dave."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
What's Dave doing?
Wait a
I wrote
minute.
up. I'm like, what? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then they
I'm not
wrote,
getting
he's
7
like, I invested
a.m.
my money, and I'm like,
I'm not
this
getting
isn't
7
Dave. You
a.m.
got
voice
hacked.
messages about cats. Then
I found him.
Nice.
His first
Yeah.
post was with his cat on his new
Cat,
profile.
and then some turtles.
You got to tell him to prove it to make him send you a voice message.
Yeah.
Nothing better than a Dave voice message. It'll make you laugh. It'll give you something. It'll make you smile for the day.
It does.
I promise you.
Hey,
Promise
Olee,
ya.
this is Dave, and then it begins.
My favorite
Dave.
one. He said,
Go ahead.
my favorite one. He sent me. He's like, "Hey, it's like you're a good looking dude, and but your jeans they're just too big for you." He's like, "You need to go get your jeans tailored." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, why? They're just random. I mean, I love it. I love it. I mean, there's nothing better than when you look down, you get a voice message from Dave. You're like, "Oh God, this is gonna be good."
Now, I tell you the best one.
He's always
The best
eating. He's
one.
like, so listen, Nate, I'm at the diner and I was looking at your jeans and your reel. And you need to, you know what you should do? You should get your jeans tailored. You ever thought about that, Nate?
That's exactly what it was.
Be back.
I loved it. I loved it.
Love that guy. So go give the Dave Bilecki's new Instagram profile a follow if you were already following, or if you weren't following him. He's been on the show before. We've had him as a guest. He's a super knowledgeable guy, and he's worth a follow.
Let's just say his voice messages are NSW. So
Not
careful
work
where-
safe,
True.
be careful where you play it at.
unless
All
it's
right.
your birthday and he's sending you a personal birthday.
Yeah. All right. So let's do
Hey.
this drawing for the guest. And I think this was pretty awesome to see 14 people. wanted to get-
Hey,
We had
awesome.
shout outs for the wives to join to talk with the other wives. I don't know how that exactly would work out, but it's a great idea, I thought. Somebody was gonna, his wife was gonna, but then live in the middle. That's Alex Carney's wife, right?
Yeah.
So she jumped in. She wants to join. So
All
She even
right.
said she's like I'll wear my Lansy t-shirt.
yeah, there you go. That's
So,
awesome. We'll have to do a wives show or something here coming up, but all right. Zach, this song's for you, man. You kind of wanted something like this coming up. So here is our spin for guest spot next week.
Already won, hasn't he?
Yeah, Highlanders lawns come on before, Ryan Quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has
I
come
would-
on before.
I feel like he came on as a guest spot before.
Yeah, he did.
won before.
He did.
You
So
respin?
Yeah, what we do.
congrats.
We
He's
respin.
got-
Bring him on. Let's bring him on, man. It's been forever. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Keep the wheel just in case he's got prior arrangements. So
Yeah. It's
Just
still on
never
here.
know. Never know. We need confirmation.
He's the
right
one
now.
that he's here in Utah, and
Yep.
he's vertically challenged, so everybody kind of talks about his height and stuff. I know Jeremy of the Greener Lawn and some other guys give him a issue with that, but anyways, we got a couple sprayers to give away. I think we should jump into that one. We go back to that, Will.
So real quick, before we give these sprayers away, I want to ask this question. Has anyone ever loaded up your 4-gallon backpack sprayer and went to put that thing on your back. As soon as you got it on your back, you're like, that was a stupid idea. I should have just put 2 gallons in this thing because this fucker's heavy.
Man up, man. Come on, Nate. Man up. Let's go.
I mean, I got a big ass hill in the back. And when you throw 4 gallons in a backpack, you trying to walk that hill to spray weeds. Oh man, like that's a workout. That is a workout.
I think it makes you want to spray faster, right? Just kind of
no, it makes me want to just let it go.
Open that nozzle up and just go.
Oh, every time I've done it like twice. Every time I'm like, I should just freaking put 2 gallons in this thing, and came back and filled it back up because some bitch is heavy.
Every gallons is only like 33 pounds.
I do know what you're
like,
talking about,
like
though.
a 40,
the sloshing around.
40 degree incline.
Yeah, the
sloshing, yeah.
That was something that I had to get used to when I did it. It was like walking around and it was like kept rocking me back and forth.
Yeah, you just got to get a good
sloshing.
rhythm.
It's the sloshing that makes it difficult.
Yeah.
It's all in one vessel.
Agitation.
Sloshing around.
You gotta have slosh.
Yeah, it mixes up. That's nice.
Unless you had a waterbed as a kid, then you probably just feel like
you fall asleep. Hey Ben, what's the gallons for the LT Pro? Is that a 2 or 4?
It's a 4.
That's a 4 as well. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we are going to do the HD. Should we do HD 4000 or LT Pro first?
HD 4000 was first, so let's go ahead and do that.
All right, let's do HD 4000, and here comes the lucky winner. Going
right.
Go.
Lake Effect Lawn.
Congratulations.
All right, Tony. That's my boy right there.
I think he has one.
Lake Effect has one.
I think he just got one.
Well, now he's got one for dedicated for Roundup and one dedicated for some molasses.
Molasses. Right. That's right.
Or the grass
That's the thing. I don't know about you guys, but I don't mix my sprayers. I still use my pump sprayer for herbicides.
I got dedicated for glyphosate, dedicated for other.
That was smart.
Looks like he has 2 actually. He's got a 3-gallon sprayer and the HC 4000 with the cart.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's got the one with the wheels.
Yep.
Ooh,
look at that.
Well, there you go. Looks like you might need a T-shirt too. He's gonna be a Petra brand ambassador. He's gonna be like Vince the Lawngenuity.
Yeah, there you go. All right, here we go. Last one, LT Pro coming up. Steel cut lawn. Congrats.
Also, slowing that wheel down makes it a little bit more intense at the end.
I know.
I like it.
Like, how far is it going to drag out? Whose name's going to stop on? But I was corrected by Drunk Lawn Guy. He's not a former steel or Lawn of the Week winner. He is a Lawn of the Week winner. So
there you go.
They don't do former stuff.
Yeah. Once a winner, always a winner.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Kind of like once a Marine, always a Marine. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Once you win KOTG Lawn of the Week, you're always in the club.
That's right.
That's awesome. Has been in our books.
So I've learned quite a bit, Ben, from you and PetraTools. Like I said before, we had you on the show and you started talking about all these other products. I seriously had no idea PetraTools did anything but sprayers. So I think this is a good eye opener for us as well as our whole live chat viewers. And then of course, everybody that comes back and re-listens either on the live cast or on our podcast. You can find our podcasts on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and they will listen to all these amazing products that PetraTools has come out with. I'm assuming you guys do have a website, PetraTools.com.
Yes, sir.
All right. Something I like to do, I like to pull that up as well, just kind of scroll through it on this last little bit. There we go. So you guys got your website up there. So I'm assuming most of the stuff you can get under lawn care. Little tab at the top. Here's all your liquids.
A few of them, yeah.
Okay. And then you got your sprayers at the beginning here.
Yep.
Nice.
So that 13 gallon, that's on a cart then? It's
Yep.
not like a full.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we have a 12 gallon as well. It's also on a cart. The 13 gallon is a little bit more like a wheelbarrow-ish, I guess, if you will. Like it's just like the cart's just a little different. But we're also coming out with a wheelbarrow sprayer that's 20 gallons. Yeah, in the next little bit. I can't see that being, making sense for any of you, but it is something that's exciting. Unless it can. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Not me.
Nate, you want to push a 13 or a 20 gallon
There you
sprayer
go.
up that hill?
Nah, not happening. Unless it's got like
Do
a
it.
200 foot hose on it, then I can do that.
And it does have a 100-foot hose.
Well, might be able to talk.
He'd do like a gondola or something and hook it up and
I'll just
like
keep it
zip
at the
line
top.
it down.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be parked at the top permanently.
There you go.
All right, Ben, is there anything else that you want to talk about or tell everybody about? Did we miss anything?
No, I think we kind of hit everything. I've just, super appreciate y'all having me on and being able to kind of talk about things. And, I didn't even get a chance to kind of bring it up until you guys did about our customer service. Cause a lot of these companies can sell a good product, but if you can't get a hold of the company and, fix errors and whatnot, then you're definitely screwed. So we kind of definitely emphasize kind of being more a customer based business compared to other businesses.
Cool, man. So what are all of your social medias and all of that stuff? And if somebody does have a customer service need, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Sure. Yeah. So you can go to our website and chat on there, but really the best way is just call at 1-800-613-6889 and you'll get a hold of someone, even on the weekend. We even got people on the weekend answering phones. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. If you didn't win something and you do want to win something, you should definitely join. We have an exclusive Facebook group called the PetraTools 5-Star Gold Club. We're constantly doing giveaways there. So definitely check that out if you want to win some other products.
All
Awesome.
right.
And like you said, you've done some lives before we give away. So follow yourself on Instagram. Keep an eye out for those.
Definitely. Yeah.
Plus, you make cool videos, so it's just fun to watch,
Thank you. Yeah. I really, before this job, I've
entertaining.
never done social media. So this is all kind of brand new to me. So I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm no Bill. We'll get there though.
As long as you have fun with it,
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Bill, you're one that you just made with the trying to reach for I feel like a Ghostbuster. That was awesome. It's like
Yeah.
I genuinely was trying to reach. It's like, oh, this was stupid. Yeah, I'll, whatever. It was funny. Yeah.
Exactly.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not flexible anymore.
Yeah. Do y'all ever collab with each other and do reels or stuff like that?
Brent and I did.
Yeah,
Way
in the
back when.
beginning.
Yeah,
we're
we did
also
one
far
last
apart.
summer where I was mowing and I pulled a pocket beer out and
Nice.
tossed it across the yard, and then Bill caught it.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
that was a good
Yeah,
one.
there was a
I
couple
wanna
other
do some
ones
more
too
of
where
those.
guys
We
took it.
started.
Yeah.
We were thinking about doing that. I think only like 2 people duetted that or remixed it, whatever they call it on
Sure.
Instagram. But I think only like 2 people did it. There were some good ones though. I know Midwesting did one where his wife threw a can at his head and like knocked him out. That was a fun one. She was standing off camera, and so this can just comes careening and hits him in the head.
That's awesome.
I know, like one of the first ones we did was like a collab of like, what do you do for a living kind of a thing. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that was a good one. Yep, Nate did
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, it was, what do you do for a living? And it was like people talking about their lawns and stuff. So
It was a
And Nate was
spin up the
"Hey,
Daniel
sweet
Mac.
mower."
yeah,
You know, like the Daniel Mac on, like, hey, sweet car, what do you do for a living? That's
Yeah.
that dude has like
Yeah.
that
Runs
dude
up
has
to the-
like millions of followers.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah.
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 He does it with like super yachts now too. He'll like go tour like $5 million yachts and like shit like that.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drunken Lawn Guy and myself are hopefully doing a collab this week.
awesome.
Yes.
Does
Yeah.
it involve Bush Light?
For him, for me, it'll be Coors Light, but for him, I'm sure it'll be Bush.
Got
That's
taste the
awesome.
Rockies. You can't be drinking.
That'll be cool.
You know, can't be
We
drinking
told him-
corn.
We told him he
In the
had to
mountains.
drink. He had to drink beer out of that thing.
Oh yeah. So okay. I mean, should I give it away or no?
No,
No,
No.
save it.
No.
Save it.
All right, all right.
save it.
see it
Save
now.
it.
The suspense.
Say no
going.
more.
Yeah.
Say no more.
Say no more.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like it could kind of branch out, and maybe y'all could kind of get in on it too. But you probably want. I'll say no more. Never mind.
All right.
Just make sure you have the option to whatever it's called, where you can add
Remix
to
it or
whatever.
something.
Yeah, remix or whatever.
Keep it open ended.
So you're in Colorado.
Yep, Colorado Springs, south of Denver, about an hour.
Have you went and toured the Coors Brewery?
I'm not.
And if you like Coors, that'd be worth your time.
To be honest, I'm actually not much of a drinker, but yeah, ever since I got out of the Marine Corps,
Like when it's fresh, when it's straight out of the man, it's like water. It's like drinking Busch Light on ice.
nice.
It is super good.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
toured
nice.
we toured that place years ago and got a couple of them. My God. They give them to you in these little bitty cups. I went to get up and I was like, hold up, we're gonna have to wait a little bit.
The altitude, it gets you.
Oh, I went to Pikes Peak
Mm.
and got to witness what do they call it? Altitude sickness.
Okay.
Ooh.
Dude, I about fell out.
Damn.
14,000. What's it like? 14,000.
It's just over 14. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what is wrong with me? I felt like you remember the old commercials where they're walking like this, and like, I need a V8. I need a V8. They're leaning. Dude, I didn't know what was wrong with me. And it was altitude sickness.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
the
look
bad
at you
thing
here.
the bad thing is I drove up through there and was having a ball, going up Pikes Peak, and there's
Yeah.
no guardrail. There's not shit there to
It's
save
a little
you.
sketchy.
Uh,
It's fun though. It's a beautiful, amazing view too.
oh man, we seen all kind of stuff out there. We seen something else. Trying to think what it was. A bunch of red stones. Not stoners, but red stones.
Yeah, I think Red Rocks is out here.
Well, we went to the whole purpose we went there is we went for a concert for Eric Church.
Okay.
It was at
nice.
Red Rock, and
That'd
that
be
was
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
It was one heck of a vacation. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
that's awesome. Nice.
Oh, I bet.
But we went somewhere where there's like a bunch of red stone, and we
Oh, you probably went to
Walked it.
Garden of the Gods, I'm guessing.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is cool. That's
It's a wicked
awesome.
Pond
place.
in there too.
Yeah.
And see,
Awesome.
when we went there, it was I guess when they first legalized the marijuana. So there was people camping everywhere. There was tents everywhere.
Oh, really?
Those are
Crazy.
called
Have to do with marijuana.
those are called
Huh?
homeless people.
No, no, these
all
were
those,
people there
all those
to
homeless
buy.
stoner hippies are out there in their tents.
Yeah,
No. This ain't
They
no
had
LA.
tents. Man, they had tents everywhere.
Damn. Yeah, it's definitely. I
crazy.
haven't seen that. I mean, there is like a certain overpass and whatnot where there's a lot of stuff.
This
but-
was probably 2016, probably.
Hmm.
So whenever they somewhere right in that area, they just
Sure.
legalized it there. It had brought in a bunch of people.
that it does. Yeah, absolutely.
So
All right, let's wrap it up.
All right,
That's it.
guys. Well,
Thanks,
we
Ben.
appreciate Ben coming on. We appreciate the live chat as always, keeping the KOTG community alive. And we will see you guys next week.
Yes,
Thank you all.
sir.